because what you're doing is building brand. Most people confuse sales and branding and marketing. And so there is no shortcut to building a brand. Nike almost went out of business 7 years into its company. Like, people are wildly confused. There's 4 billion Gary Vaynerchuks and Daniel L's. And so, I get it. Like, everybody feels like they have something to say. I mean that, Daniel. Every single person actually feels like they have something to say. The separation is the execution.
Yeah. I actually was thinking about that too, and then thinking about actually wanting to ask you that, because I literally, one of the questions I sent in to you guys was exactly that. How do I get people to give a fuck enough to hear what I have to say? How do you earn the trust of your audience?
By putting out your best truths, by being honest, by talking about things by telling stories, by communicating.
On this page that I have here, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I don't ask for anything. I don't have any products at the moment to sell. I'm just giving everything I know.
The biggest issue I see in the market is a lot of people start something, they hear me, then they realize I'm going to give away for free. But in the back of their mind, they know that they're going in for the sale at some point, and that polar push really is a struggle. It's a struggle. I think that a lot of, to me, the best way to eventually start a business is once the demand's there. A lot of people try to create the demand, but subconsciously, not even consciously, subconsciously, they're building only towards eventually having the product. They focus on things like the name of the company, like you do. The name doesn't mean anything, literally zero. The name of your company and brand actually means zero. The ability to build it is everything. Names are made. The fuck does Google mean? Or Nike, or Beats by Dre, or Under Armour, or Champion, or Sprayground, Adidas? None of these fucking things mean dick. Nobody gives a fuck. Coca-Cola, they were made. Names don't matter.
It's true.
If my name's Gary Vaynerchuk, if I was built, I made it. Not my name's not Johnny fucking Wonderful. You know what I mean? People are just super confused by that. They spend time on the name. And I don't judge this. I have empathy for this. You're thinking about what product and service are you eventually going to sell. Again, conscious or not, you need them. You're building money. I get it. One of the great advantages I have is I don't have a framework that monetizes my audience.
Like, when you're not Garyvee and you don't need to monetize your audience, and I'm not trying to monetize my audience in the sense of like maliciousness or.
I agree. I don't want
to work. Like, I was washing dishes for my dad. Shout out to my dad. But I was washing dishes for my dad, doing a job that really made me miserable prior to COVID. And so I don't want to do that job that you always say, go do that shitty job so you can build this thing. So like, is that possible though to do that? Can I?
Of course it's possible, but you have to understand supply and demand. There are literally right now 15 to 100 million people trying to do the same exact thing as you are. So when I tell people to tell their story and to stay in their lane, their only way to win is to make it super personal. The only reason I break through and others break through is it's my truth. People can follow me and make quote cards and put on their Instagram, and they're like, damn, why does Garyvee fucking, win? He's just saying the same motivational thing. No, I'm not. I'm saying my thing, my truth, my actual truth. So I think you need to, your breakthrough is in your actual truth.
Well, it's funny you said, because with like TikTok, like I started TikTok and I noticed, I was like, I put out a video and it was one of the trends, and I was like, I felt so shit about it. I was like, this isn't me. Like, this is what's trending and what's going to get hits. And it didn't. And it probably didn't, because my feeling was like, this isn't true. So I actually put out a video today, which was so much more my truth. And I was like, I felt so good about it. And I didn't care as much about how many followers or how many views I got, because it just felt real. Like I was honoring
my. Do you know, in the early years, my favorite part of not having anybody watch it was knowing one day everybody would watch it?
Yeah, but how do you get to that? How do you trust? That's the thing I struggle with. Like,
because I'm good at what I do. You have to have a sense of like, do you think, I'm good at being fully me. I'm good at telling my shit. To your point.
Yeah.
You know,
what do you think it's going to take then for me?
I think it's going to take you telling. I think it's going to take you telling stories about the darkness, about that loss, about where you were, about things you've seen, things you learned washing dishes, things you learned. You know, just stories, true stories, true stories, true stories.
Being vulnerable already. I've just put that out there. It seems like a strength for me, but sometimes it can be a weakness, I feel. But I'm very open with my stuff because I want it to come from a place where it's not like me. It's more like I get you. Like I want to relate to people and then help guide them through their own stuff based on what I've also experienced.
I totally understand. And I think the way you do that is volume across the board, be everywhere. You know, like to me, I'm actually on a mission. And I think a lot of people are on like a half pregnant mission. You know, like I'm genuinely on that same mission, bro.
I feel what you talk about with death and stuff, I think about all the time, like, and legacy and like what I want to be known for and how I like what like my whole life's purpose. Like if I'm going to go through all this loss and stuff, you know, you had Eric Thomas on Daily V, I think, or one of the shows you got. And he says something like, you know, if you're going to go through all this pain, get something out of your pain. So it's like, I feel like
Daniel, how old are you?
I'm actually, this is an early birthday present. I'm turning 30 on Sunday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
Bro, when I turned 30, at that point in my life, I'd made zero content for the internet in my entire life.
Well, I just started my page, so.
Good. But definitely realize you haven't even, like, we're just in the beginning. Like, definitely realize that.
So let me ask you, like, do you think given on what we just spoke about, I can't, like, if I don't want to do those shitty jobs, are you telling me that I have to just do those shitty jobs so that I can avoid monetizing or trying to create a product or?
No, I'm telling you that if you try to monetize and sell to your audience when you don't have one, it's not going to go well.
True. But at what point?
It's literally like going into a mixed martial arts UFC match, never training.
I see what you mean. They don't value you because
who the fuck's gonna buy from you when you've done nothing for them? Motherfucker, do you know how many fucking things I've done for everybody in this audience and they still haven't signed up for Wine Text? And I've asked for it all month.
We can't get Wine Text in Australia.
I know, brother, I know. But do you know what I mean, Daniel? You know, trying to get your audience to convert is very, very, very difficult. And most people,
in my head, man.
There's only two ways to do it. My way, which is build a brand for so goddamn long that you actually build such a deep relationship that most people get into a place where they're almost guilted. You know, like I feel like a lot of people are signing up for Wine Text right now just because they're like, damn, why do I buy wine from somebody else? Gary's brought me so much. Or the bizarro reverse version of me. They fucking lie. They fucking make people feel like shit. There's like two ways to have a good relationship. You either build them up. There's two ways to have a long-standing relationship. One, you build a person up and you give them so much love and you're building them up. And because of that, you stay together. Two, you actually tear them down and make them so insecure, they don't feel that they can leave. It's on some Star Wars shit, bro. The fine line between fucking a dark side and Jedis is this fucking narrow.
Yeah.
The people that look like me on Instagram that are making that money, 90% of them are putting their audience in unhealthy relationships that are selling them fear and fucking bullshit.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm selling happiness, hope, and truth and practicality. And the fine line in the beginning is super close. People think that me and other people are the same, and in 20 years, they'll realize we were completely fucking different.
Yeah, hearing that from you just changed something in me because what you just said about like no one gives a fuck who I am and no one knows who the fuck I am. Like I've got like 80 followers. I just started my page like a few weeks ago or something. You know, on Instagram at least. And I've got the same handle on Twitter and TikTok as well. But so I still feel a bit confused I totally understand what you're saying about not trying to monetize because who the fuck am I? I'm very humble. I have no issue in accepting that.
And the second you monetize,
build the respect.
And the second you monetize, every person that comes starting person 200 on is going to see that you're about that selling shit life. And there's a million of fucking you. Like when people first stumble on me, how many people in the comments say me right now in the comments, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop for me to sell you my course or my fucking offsite or my fucking, island, or like people take a long time waiting. They're like, all right, this guy can't be really doing this. Like this guy's he's just about to,
Yeah. It's like people want to buy from you. Like they're literally like, Gary, how can
No. I would argue the other thing, that they couldn't believe, why would I do this? Because they didn't know me yet. They didn't know that my entire business life was elsewhere.
Well, that's the thing too, right? If my business life is focused on this stuff, and so then what do I literally...
Patience.
But what do I do? What do I do for money if I don't want to eat?
I don't know, but I don't know. Here's the fun part of it. It's fun to say I don't know because you don't want to do other things, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it again. Some people don't want to train for 13 weeks after training for 10 years for their first UFC fight, and they get their fucking ass beat. Bro, you're going to get your ass beat. What's going to happen? You're going to go in with that, $49 product, that $200 product, and what? Convert 2 people, and then what?
Exactly.
Then what? Now you fucking went for the fucking kill. Now what? Now you've changed your relationship and your brand, which is okay. Let me say this very clear. It is wildly okay to sell. Who knows? I might wake up in 4 years and be like, fuck it. I'm charging $10,000 a month to be in tea with Garyvee 4 days a week, and that's what I'm gonna do. I don't give a fuck. Everything's okay. It's just sell something you believe in, and also know when you go in for the ask that if it doesn't convert, now you don't have the leverage.
Do you think I'll feel more like I'll have more value in myself? Because I've always struggled to sell. Even though I've always wanted to genuinely sell, when I was a trainer, I always felt guilty, like I'm robbing someone, but at the same time valuing that I can bring good.
Daniel, it's because you didn't believe in the product.
Which was
I promise you. How long have you followed me?
A couple of years.
Good. You know how many businesses I have? But if I'm not promoting them, I don't feel like it's bringing the most value. It's even the biggest insight to wine text. I so know how good it is. That's why I got loud. I had 5 sneakers with K-Swiss. I had different loudness with them, completely predicated. The economics were the same, completely predicated on my own personal opinion on if it was worth $90. The reason so many people struggle to sell is they don't believe in what they're fucking selling. And then you have a small group of people, that make a lot of money quickly because they don't give a fuck about anything. They have no conscience, and they sell everything as if it's the best, but they're fucking dirt. They're broken. They're short term, right? And then you have the small percent, the whole mass of the middle, the 90% right here, just completely are lost, right? And then they don't believe in what they're selling. You've got 5% over here who win short term. They have a good run for 5 or 7 years. They're the ones that go bankrupt. They're the ones who got fucked up, drug problems, all sorts of shit. They're the ones that just sell with no conscience. They don't give up. They are so broken. They can't care about you. They don't care about themselves. Then you have a small group that I hang out with, the other 5% that are in it for so long that they build brands. Bro, I haven't even started. Every fucking person on earth is gonna know who I am.